so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world and keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're sailing on top of
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. To yet another stream here with Vlad and Noob. Welcome everybody. Hope everyone is doing well, and yeah, today is going to be an interesting one. I mean, they always are, but today is particularly going to be an interesting one. We're going to fly the default A330 by Inibuilds. It's already in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's take a quick look around. There it is. Lovely A330-300P2F variant with the Rolls-Royce Trent 700 engines. Okay, we're going to fly the Air Hong Kong DHL livery. We're taking it from Manila, Philippines. Ninoy Aquino. Is it Aquino or Aquino? I don't know. But Ninoy Aquino, I believe, is what it's called. International Airport in Manila, Philippines, and we're going to take it over to Kai Tak in Hong Kong. So we're not going to Hong Kong International like we did earlier, one of the earlier streams. Today we're going to fly into Kai Tak, and I'm doing that on purpose because I want to do that dangerous approach into Kai Tak International Airport. Okay? Want to do that dangerous, twisty, bendy approach through near the buildings. Very dangerous one, and there's a reason why they don't do it anymore. Well, they change airports because the old airport ran out of capacity. Kai Tak did not have any more room to expand. However, we're gonna fly there regardless today, just for the thrill of it. Okay? Alright, so we had a look at the livery. Let's now go ahead and get rid of these covers, engine covers, pitot tube covers. And we can get rid of the chocks here if we want to. There we go. Assuming we've got parking brakes on, which I assume we do. Okay, before we go any further, let's actually take a look at the airport. Ninoy Aquino. I have scenery installed for this particular airport, although the scenery isn't the best in the world. It's not too bad. There's some Cebu Pacific aircrafts right there, probably a couple of A330s. It's not the best scenery in the world, but it's not bad by any means. You can see the flat roof, which probably isn't accurate for that one. And then you got the main terminals that side. Obviously, we're at the cargo terminal right now, but got the major terminals and airport buildings on this side. Looks pretty good. It's not too terrible, but at the same time, it's nothing too great. It looks good at night, though. It does look good at night, I have to say. But yeah, this particular building doesn't look very well done. Maybe that's how it is in real life. I'm not too sure, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Okay, nonetheless, let's go back to our aircraft and get this party started. Obviously, the time right now is around 17:30 in the evening. This is not real time. It's close to real time, but we are running real weather here. So just to show you guys that, yeah, we're running real weather, live weather, but we're not running real time. Time is about 17:30 or around that time. Okay. Fantastic. Great. That all being said, let's jump back into the cockpit and we can get ourselves started up here in no time. All right. Okay. The nav, the overlay is working as it should. Yes, it is. Brilliant. Brilliant, which is what I like to hear and see. Okay, anyway. Let's go to our tablet first. Let's get our sim brief data in here. Yes, there is the accurate sim brief data. OFP is here, ground equipment, all sorts of stuff here. Payload, gonna get sim brief in there. That's it. Interesting. We're not. Oh, there. That's more like it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now to get this correctly done, what we need to do is we need to bring this down and then say apply load. Okay, instant. That's done. Then when we ask GSX to refuel, we're going to re-download it and then press apply load. That's gonna make that work. Okay, fantastic. Let's go ahead and power up our aircraft here. Battery 1, battery 2, AP battery. External power 1, 2 on, please. Thank you very much. Crew oxygen supply, ground control for recorder. Emergency lights armed. We're gonna put all of this on. Nav lights all the way, strobe lights to automatic. And let's get our IRS or ADARS systems lined up there. Good. That's it. There's nothing else to do here for the time being. We're going to leave the fuel pumps the way they are and APU can remain off for now. Great. Let's go to FM1. Let's see what we can do here. Init. IRS initialization. Let's put it on. Okay, we're gonna leave that the way it is. We need to request our flight plan, so we'll do that here. We'll wait for the systems to finish aligning first before we go in and start doing such stuff. Parking brake is on. Double check that there. Good. Good. We can ask refueling right now, actually. Let's request SimBrief is okay. This is reloaded to make sure it's good. Okay. Let's request refueling. Refueling truck should be on its way. I'm going to go ahead and do that one more time. Okay, interesting. What amount of fuel are we carrying? No, that doesn't seem right. Let's go to sim brief. View the flight plan. 16798. Oh, that is correct. Interesting. You know what? Let me do this first. Apply that load instant. And then let me say sim brief. There we go. Okay, fuel levels low. Let's wait for the refueling truck, which I don't see anywhere yet. Let's see if it's on the way. Request refueling. Come on. Doesn't always work. You have to double press it. Okay, fuel truck is on its way. We're gonna wait for the fuel truck. So yeah, let's just wait for the fuel truck because we have low fuel at the moment. There's our fuel truck. I've got faraway vehicles speeding up. I've got that options checked in GSX settings. Very nice. Very nice. And we got traffic misbehaving as usual. I don't know why the truck is following the taxiway lines. It shouldn't, but it is. But yeah. The Philippines. Don't fly in this part of the world often, which I should, but I just don't. I need to get Singapore Changi Airport, then I can do a lot more flights. Okay, there we go. We got our refueling truck ready. And it's here. There's our refueling panel there, telling us how much fuel is going in. Brilliant. So yeah, let's see. Let us see. Let's also request boarding now. Request boarding. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay, fuel truck is now waiting for us to press load. So we're gonna go in. Gonna come to our thing here, apply load. We're gonna go fast and let that happen. Okay, there we go. And we've got refueling going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Brilliant. Refueling going on, cargo loading going on. We are looking good. We are looking good. I love cargo aircrafts. I don't know why I don't fly more cargo on the channel, but I love the cargo aircrafts. They're just so much fun. They're just so much fun to fly. Right. We'll let that happen. And in the meantime, we need to look at our performance data. Talk about our takeoff. Let's see if we can sync all of this. And we need to look at our weight here, which is supposed to be planned zero fuel weight at 166.4. Okay, 166.4. But our gross weight live gross weight, yeah. So we need to check this once our fueling has finished. Our payload has finished, actually. So we're gonna wait for that. We're gonna wait for that. In the meantime, let's go ahead, request this. There we go, that's worked. Zero fuel weight and zero fuel weight center of gravity. Where do we get that from again? It's from right here. Okay, so zero fuel weight planned is 166.4. So let's put 166.4. And our zero fuel weight center of gravity is 26.8. Let's put that in, 26.8. There we go. Put that in. Block fuel, at least the planned block fuel, is going to be 16.8. Okay, it's gonna be 16.8. So let's just leave it at 16.8 block fuel. Done. Okay. So there we go. We're done with that. We're done with that, ladies and gentlemen. We're done with that. Okay. I hope 16.8 is enough to get us all the way to... Yeah, it is. It definitely is. 380 flight level, cost index 10. Copy that. Brilliant. Let's go to our performance now. Actually, let's go to our flight plan here. And it's looking good. Let's just input what we need to. No, we don't want to do that. Our departure out of RPLL is going to be out of runway 06 using Caber 2 Romeo. Cabe 2 Romeo, that's it. And we're not really using a transition per se, are we? No, we're not. Okay, let's go to our arrival procedure here. It's going to be into runway 31. I have to double check that. I hope runway 31 is the correct approach that we need. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if runway 31 is what we want. Okay. Runway 31. Now what we want is runway 13, not 31. 31 is the easy approach, the one from the sea, from the water, from the bay side. The approach we want is from runway 13. That's the one we actually want. We want runway 13, not 31. Okay, 31 is the easy one, the one with the ILS. Runway 13 is a hard one. So, should we take the easy way out? No, of course not. There's no fun in that. We're doing this for the hard approach, so let's use runway 13 into Kowloon City or Kai Tak. Okay, let's use runway 13. Perfect. Let's go runway 13. It's just the way it is. Let's just insert that, and there you go. That's pretty much it. Okay. Let me see if I can edit this flight plan a little bit. Let me see if I can. Departure runway 13. Let's try this. Let's try this. $17,300 slightly different performance data there. If we want to go into the other side, we might need to though. So we might need to redo that, don't we? Should we change this up? Should we change this up? Block fuel is going to be about 500 kgs higher. I don't know. Should we change it up? Cab, and then from cab it's A461 all the way to Noman, and then from Noman we are supposed to go into Nome. Yeah, but okay, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. Noman, Diesel, CF13 and VHH X13. Let's see how it goes. Let's have a look at our plan here. Plan mode. Let's take a look. Oh Lord, that doesn't seem right. That definitely does not seem like the correct plan here. Nope, this is definitely the wrong one. Okay, so it's either we land into Kai Tak using the normal approach, or we redo the flight planning. Which one is it gonna be? You know what? Let's redo the flight planning. Let's redo the flight planning. Okay. Let's redo it. Okay, fine. We don't have our... Oh my god, how do I sort this out? How did I do it last time? I don't know. Gnome 1-3. We don't have that one. I don't have it. So how did I sort it the last time? You know what I'll do? I'll go in and I'll take manual control. I'll go in and I'll take manual control when the right time comes. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can do that. Let's try. Let us try. Hong Kong. That does not look good. That does not look good at all. That does not look good. Yeah, there are no procedures available for some reason. Okay. I guess we'll have to fly it in manually. What the hell? We'll fly it in manually. Let's just see how it goes. Why not? Let's just see how it goes and we'll just fly it in manually. What the heck? Right? Let's just fly it in manually. Why not? Alright. We're just gonna leave it like that. Hello there, Mr. Anas. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. I'm good. How are you? We're gonna have an interesting flight today because I don't have the procedures. I don't have the right procedures here. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to say the least. Okay, so let's go down here. Live gross weight is 183.2. I'll say 183 for takeoff. So let's put 183. Oh, come on. 183. For takeoff, that is fine. That is fine. That is anti-ice is off. Force toggle is off. Air condition. Okay, let's calculate. Send to the FMGS. There we go. Let's come to our performance here. 156. 160. 161. Transition 11,000. Flaps should be 1. Flaps 1, I say. And THS 4. Flaps 1, 4 up. There we go. Flex temperature of 58 degrees. That's fine. 58, and there we go. That's done. Confirm takeoff data. We're not going to worry about that. Yeah, don't worry about any of this. This is for later on. That finishes that. Okay, that finishes that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's now go get started without further delay. I don't know if cargo boarding has finished or it's still going on. It's still going on. Has boarding finished? Come on, cargo loading still in. We're gonna prepare for pushback and whatever. Okay, last pellet though. It's a last cargo pellet. We don't need to worry about it. Okay, great. So it's gonna be a very interesting flight today. Let's see if we can actually make it, yeah? FD on, FD on. We're going up to 10,000 feet first, and then from there we'll go up to 38,000 feet, which is the cruising altitude for today. So it's going to be a very interesting flight because I don't have an arrival procedure into runway 13. So we're gonna wing it. We're gonna eyeball this and we're gonna wing it, and that's gonna be very difficult because our approach is the one that's meant for runway 31. So we're gonna come in from the opposite direction. We're gonna take our aircraft off to the left, turn that thing around, swoop it around, and then come back into land at runway 13. So hopefully we have good visibility. If we don't, we're gonna have to change plans and we're gonna have to go land directly into runway 31, and we don't have a choice. So it's hopefully if we have good visibility we can do 13. That's the only chance we have. Okay. All right, local pressure at 1011. That is fine. Everything here is looking good. We're ready to get on out of here, but let's just make sure that our APU is now getting started up. There we go. Oh, hold on. APU on. APU bleed is going to be left on here. Gonna come to ground services. And upper lighting, we're going to leave that on a little bit. Okay, let all of that happen. Looking good. Probably going to be more fun, says Anas. Yeah, it's probably going to be more fun. Let's see. Let's see how good of a pilot I really am. We don't have a lot of fuel in store, just enough. We actually have less fuel than what we actually need. So we're gonna probably eat up a little bit into our reserves. Okay, I've requested everything to be closed and whatever, but this is not going away. The stairs are not going away, which is interesting. GSX, could you please get rid of everything, please? Okay, I'm gonna go in. Try and ask it to close all the doors up, please. Thank you very much. Can you get rid of this thing, please? Why is he getting rid of the stairs? Okay, there it goes. Bye-bye, stairs. Nice. Okay, we got APU running for sure. There we go. Our generator is coming to life. Just waiting for that. APU available. So let's now remove these. Get rid of our ground power. There we go. Brilliant. Excellent. Lovely. There's a 777 behind us. Philippines airline or airways, whichever it is. I think it's airways, right? Okay, tug getting attached. Which way are we turning our lovely aircraft today? We're turning it with our nose to the left. Okay, we're gonna go nose left for our aircraft today. And yeah, we're gonna go nose left for our aircraft today. The runway we're taking off from is not very near us. I don't know. Okay, that's okay. We go nose to the left and we've got an interesting taxi. All right. Good. Oh God, what is this? Okay, let me just say this. I don't know what that means, but let's just try that. Let's release the parking brake. Let's go up here. Let's get this started up. 1, 2, 3. And let's get our beacon lights up and running there. That's good. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put our engine on ignition. Engine number 2 can come to life. N1 rising. N2, N3 rising. Sorry, my bad. Where is N2? Okay, engine number 1. Put our parking brakes on. There we go. Auto brake to max. Ground spoilers armed. This one to automatic. Altitude reporting should be on. Okay, engine number 1 available. Altitude reporting is on. Great. Okay. Can put our flaps down for why does it say Kowloon City? Because Kai Tak is in Kowloon City. Kowloon City, I believe, is an area of Hong Kong. Flaps down for takeoff. So Kai Tak is in an area called Kowloon City. That's why it says Kowloon City. Okay, flaps down for takeoff. Got our signal here. Hand signal, we're ready to go. Okay. Let's put our ignition back to normal. We can turn off our APU. APU bleed can come off. Taxi lights can go on there. And we are ready to go. I had a 3-hour, 30-minute flight today. All right, very nice. Did you enjoy that flight? Was it fun? Was it fun? Predictive wind shear to automatic, ground control to on, systems to number... system to number 1. Out of which 3 hours, 10 minutes were turbulent. Oh, that's fun. Because I don't like flights that are not turbulent. I enjoy a little bit of turbulence. So I hope you do too, because it's fun for me. Alright, we're done with that. Let's do the calls. I loved it, but my fellow passengers were really scared. That's okay. That's okay. Release the parking brake and we are rolling forward, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we need a cabin check. I think that will happen in its own time. Takeoff configuration is normal. Okay, a little bit of... there we go. That's much better. Alright. I kid you not, the first 10 minutes were the only smooth bit. Alright. So extra turbulent, eh? Extra turbulent. 3 free falls halfway. Damn. Which aircraft were you flying in? Cabin ready. Okay. Which aircraft were you flying in that it was that bad? Oh, a nice Cathay Pacific landing in front of us. 777. It was an Emirates 777, which was even more concerning. For a 777 to be thrown around a lot, that must have been some serious turbulence. 777 is not easy to throw around. Imagine it had been an A320 or something smaller. Yep. That aircraft would have ruffled some feathers for sure if it was something any smaller than a 777. God. I have never been in such turbulence in a 777. I've experienced crazy turbulence in all sorts of other aircraft, but 777 almost never. Almost never. I think we're taxiing the wrong way here, but I don't really care. Yeah, we're definitely taxiing the wrong way. Doesn't matter. We need to go all the way. Should we switch to an inward taxi lane? Yeah, we probably should, huh? That's okay. I'm not too bothered about such details, you know. But we could switch lanes. Could switch taxiways to an inward taxiway, or we could just continue the way we are. Doesn't really matter. You know what? I'll switch. It seems like all the aircrafts are taxiing this way anyway, so I might as well keep going this way. I was about to switch and then I see this oncoming traffic right here. We're just gonna go this way. Our TCAS is not ready. I don't know why it's saying it's ready, but it's not. Our TCAS is off. Why isn't it notifying us of that? It's supposed to show that TCAS is on standby, but it's not really showing us that. That's interesting. Okay, we didn't do a flight control check or anything like that, but they're working as they should, and we can tell, so it's fine. It's fine. I wish MSFS could simulate turbulence properly. It does a pretty decent job of simulating turbulence. When you fly on turbulent routes, it does a pretty good job. Like yesterday's live stream, that was crazy. With the little aircraft, there was a lot of turbulence there. It does do, in my opinion, it does a decent job of simulating turbulence. You can feel turbulence for sure, especially when you're flying. It's just, you got to be in the right place at the right time for that to happen. So. Okay, we're just taxiing along here quite happily at about 16 knots or so. There we go, just chugging along. Chug, chug, chug. Yeah, we just... Okay. There we go. Brilliant. We don't have a lot of good views because this is a cargo aircraft at the end of the day. So we're not going to have a lot of good views here. So that's not too bad of a view, is it? It's not too bad at all. No, sir, it's not. It's not too bad at all. Just decided to save that view. There we go. Control Alt-8. Okay, and there's... Oh, we are heading off to the side now. Should probably get that under control. Okay, so there we just crossed the runway we're about to take off from, by the way. And we need to turn here, I believe. If I'm not completely mistaken, we need to make a turn here. The runway we're taking off from is right this one. So we gotta go all the way to the end and then take off from here. So it's gonna be interesting. And again, we've got traffic coming at us in the opposite direction, but I don't care. So let's just get this done, shall we? Long taxi. Long taxi. Now we gotta go the length of the runway, pretty much the entire length of the runway, just to get to our startup position. So, I mean, it's a cargo terminal. Sometimes we get stuck on the other side, right? Let's just gear that up a little bit. Let's get us going. There we go. I love the engine sounds in this one. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. I like the roar of the Rolls-Royce engines. Very nice. Beautiful livery too, look at that. I like this livery for a cargo aircraft. That's not too bad. It's rather plain, but it's still good. Okay, we're gonna enjoy that even more when we start our takeoff roll. We're gonna enjoy it. All the way to the end of the runway, ladies and gentlemen. All the way to the end of the runway. So we're going to have to turn right here to skirt around that body of water in the middle there. So we're going to need to turn right. I want to use up the whole... I want the whole runway available to us for takeoff. So we're going to have to skirt around. It's getting dark here. We need to get out of here. It's been 40 minutes. If we try to land into Hong Kong at night time with what we're planning visually, that's gonna be something. Still fun though. Let's see what happens, eh? There we go. We're just going to use this. I'm gonna switch it up here. Just like that. I just want to make sure my reverse thrust works, so I'm going to test that out right now. I don't think that's a good idea though, is it? It's not a good idea. But I'm going to do it anyway. Yep, reverse works. Nice. Nice. The taxi light barely does anything. I mean, at night it kind of helps, I guess. I don't know. Okay, here we go. We're coming up on our turn off into the runway. We got two options. We're going to take the first turn off into runway 13 here. Hopefully that gets us where we want to go. Okay, yeah, let's just take the first turn off, first left, and we're going to take it. This is the free version, right? Well, it's the one that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator, yeah. There is no other A330. I think there's an A330. Is there any other A330 available apart from the Headwind? I don't think there's any other A330s available. I'm not sure. But this is the free version that, I mean, if you want to call it free, it comes with the flight sim. It comes with the flight sim. It's included in the flight sim. It's built by Inibuilds for Microsoft, so they're no longer really responsible for its update and stuff, but it is pretty good though. Which one should we take? You know what? What the hell? Let's put TCAS on TA, just TA, not RA. No resolution advisories. Strobe lights on. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna put that on as well. Move this up there as well. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. I don't know why I'm being so slow. Let's power up that engine. Okay, there we go. We are going ahead with the takeoff. We're not going to wait. We are not going to wait. So let's just go ahead with the takeoff. I believe everything is in order. If it isn't, we'll find out. We need to put it on flex. Okay, just give it a second here. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. Why can't I? Something's wrong with the thrust. I think my throttle is messed up, but that's okay. Wait, we don't have enough runway room. What the heck? Okay, let's take off from here. Ooh. Are we on the wrong runway? We're on the wrong runway. What? We're on the wrong runway. How is that even possible? Oh, good lord. Unbelievable. We're off to a bad start. We're off to a bad start. How on earth did we take off from the wrong runway? That's messed up. No, we're gonna leave this on. What just happened? How on earth did we take off from the wrong runway? Oh my god, it's supposed to be runway 13 out of RPLL, but that's the new flight plan. According to this one, we're supposed to be at runway 6. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're supposed to take off from runway 6, we took off from 13. Oh, and we didn't program that into this. Ah, okay. It's okay, it's fine. So, yeah, a little bit of confusion there. This is why last minute changes are so dangerous. We should have taken off this way, but we didn't. Unbelievable. Took off from the wrong runway. It would have made sense. I mean, all the aircraft are taking off from that runway. But SimBrief told us after I changed the plan that we should take off from runway 13, which is what I did, but we didn't change it in the FMC. Okay. So this is why you gotta be careful and not mess around too much. Anyway, we're out of here. That's a good thing, don't you think? We are out of here. Beautiful. That is so silly. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I try to stream immediately after waking up. Nothing in my brain is working. Oh good lord. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me just go inside, make sure that I haven't made any more foolish mistakes. Okay, everything else is looking good here though. Our lights, we can put this on automatic. Yeah, everything else is looking good though, thankfully. Coming up on 10,000 feet in just a bit, and our transition altitude I believe is 11,000 if I'm not entirely mistaken. But there we go, we're leaving behind Manila, Philippines, ladies and gentlemen. Despite that grave error that I just made, it's looking absolutely stunning. And we're out of here. The landing into Hong Kong is going to be even crazier. It's going to be so crazy. And the other thing is, Mr. Anis, this is not an airport I'm familiar with. I've only flown here once or twice maybe. So that probably contributed to my confusion. I don't know which runway is what. But yeah, no excuses. That was just complete gross negligence. That is gross negligence on my part. I would have probably been fired, maybe legal action for that. Let's go towards 38,000 feet. Gross negligence indeed. Alright, 38,000 feet. Let's go into a managed climb there to our altitude of choice, our cruise altitude of choice, which is 38,000 feet. Let's increase the range there all the way. And let's increase the range there as well. There we go. What is our cruising altitude again? It is 38,000 feet. Excellent. All right. Everything looks good now, though. I'm going to turn off our signs. I'm going to leave this one on automatic, but I'm going to turn off the rest of the signs. I'm going to turn off our landing light. Wing lights can remain off. That's right. That's right. All looking good. All right. Yeah, I do excuse that error on my part, but landing into Hong Kong is going to be worse. So it's going to be even more crazy stuff. So don't you worry. Alright, we're good. It is very loud. Do we have an altitude constraint here? Is that why we are... Yeah, we got an altitude constraint. Let's also put this on standard there. There we go. That's done. So we've got an altitude constraint. But apart from that, we are okay here. Yeah, we'll resume climb when it's time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to some cinematic views here. And let's try and enjoy beautiful scenes as we leave Manila, Philippines. We've already left it behind pretty much, but still. Let's have a look at that. Gorgeous, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Incredible. Since it's a cargo plane, we don't have a lot of windows to look out of. Not many windows to look out of. There we go, Manila is behind us now. And I believe we can see the lights of the airport in the distance over there. We can, right under the left wing. To the left side of the engine, we can see the lights at the airport. Little flickers of white. Those are aircrafts at the airport that we can see. So yeah, interesting. That's where we took off from, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're wondering, it's right here. It is right here. That is the airport right there. There we go. Okay. Let's switch to drone camera, shall we? Have a good look around. And we'll begin fast forwarding the flight in just a second here. So we don't spend the whole time in the air, but look at how gorgeous this is. Come on, doesn't get much better than this. Let's put that up there. Come on, there we go. Look at that. Look at that. See, Anas, we've got a bit of turbulence going on. See that? Got a bit of turbulence going on, not a lot, but we've got a bit going on. We are bobbing up and down there. Beautiful. Air Hong Kong. Just gorgeous stuff. Take a good look around. Alright, you can see your own silhouette against the sunset there. It's about to be, nightfall is upon us. Nightfall is upon us. That is beautiful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Air Hong Kong. Alright, I think we should turn on our wing lights just so we have a little bit more of illumination there. Because it is getting rather dark on one side of the aircraft, isn't it? So yeah, let's do that. Let's turn on the wing lights. Let's get a little bit more illumination. I like to do that, so let's head back into the cockpit. Turn on wing lights here. Excellent. There we go, that's much better. Okay, so we are coming up through 20,000 feet. We're heading on towards 38,000. Now, cruise portion is not short today. It is long. Yeah, it's long. Yeah, it's about 300. It's way more than 320. Okay, interesting. We have a long way to go here. It's a similar distance as we did yesterday, to be honest, but nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and fast forward this because we've got nothing else to do here except just allow the aircraft to climb up. So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward this. Let's start with into 4 there, just so we reach cruise. We're gonna leave it on into 4 throughout cruise. I don't want to go any more than into 4 because the aircraft has a rough time handling it, as you can tell. Even into 4, when you have steep turns, not very easy for the aircraft, or rather for the simulator to handle. So all right. Crossing 30,000 feet. Simulation rate into 4. We turn on some lights on the inside, huh? Yeah, we'll do that. We shall do that. Top climb coming up in about 5,000 feet, which shouldn't take long at all. We're going into 4 simulator speed just so we reach our cruising altitude. A little quicker than that. We're about 500 nautical miles away from Hong Kong at the moment, by the way. But with into 4, feel like around 100 and something nautical miles, so it's not going to be too bad, hopefully. Mach 0.8 as our current speed. Oh, we need to reduce the speed right there, just for that turn to be a little smoother. Okay. All right. Here we go, coming up on 38,000 feet. You know what we do? Let's go ahead and let's actually go ahead. We're on cruising altitude at the moment. We're gonna go into 4. Let's actually go ahead and turn on some lights here. We need some lights. So let's put on some floodlights there. Do the same here. Let's get some floodlights going here as well. Had to take a break. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back, Mr. Runners. If you had to take a break. Mr. Runners. Welcome back. We don't have glare shield brightness for Airbus. Nature called. Nature does call. Nature does call, doesn't she? When she call, you better answer. Reading lights, huh? Do we really need any reading lights today? Nah, not really. Can we see the cabin if possible? There is nothing much to see in the cabin, but sure. So one thing I can never find is the glare shield brightness for Airbus. So I don't think Airbus has one, does it? Or if it does, it's not modeled here anyway. Let's go to a console brightness slightly. Yeah, let's put our console brightness up here, just so we get, a little bit of that. That's it. Turn this one off. We don't need it. Already turned this one off as well. We don't need it. There we go. We're chugging along happily. Our top of descent is coming up in about 320 nautical miles. We can see it in the distance into 4. That will be divided by 4. We are talking about 80 nautical miles. So it's a long way. Now, to see the cabin, absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the cabin, shall we? Let's take a look at the cabin. Here is the cabin. Let's open up that door. Here's our cargo cabin. So right here is... well, this is all you can go. You can't go further than this by... Yeah, look at that. This is what we have. Got our door here. Oh, we can actually open this door from the inside. Did not know that. I did not know that. We can actually open the door from the inside. Did not know that. Should have tried that when we were on the ground. You know what? I'll try it when we reach Hong Kong. How about that? Yeah, we can open the door from the inside. It's interesting. Can we go through this thing? I don't know if we can. Oh, we can. There we go. Let's try now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what's weird about this is you can't move through the center. There's some sort of block in the center for us to move along freely. See that? You're gonna have to move in very particular patterns to get around this, so that's interesting. But yeah, here we go. We're basically just a cargo hold, a large cargo hold with the clamps and fixtures and fasteners for the cargo. That's pretty much it, man. Nothing else going on here. I think we can control the lighting on top, can't we? Let's see if I can do that. Let's see if I can do that. Upper lighting. Let's try go back here. Oh god, no. Alt 8 maybe. Oh, let's just see. Does that control the lighting? I think it does, right? I think it controls the lighting. Let's double check that. Let's go up here, upper lighting to 0. Let's go here. Let's take a look. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Controls the lighting. So we're gonna leave that lighting halfway. Switch it off. And if you look, we can see that it is night sky. Let's go back to some cinematic views. Look at that. It's just pitch dark now. And we can see the sunset on the other side. What do we see here? Sunset. Yep. It's going to be a pitch dark flight. This is the time I decided to land into Hong Kong. It's going to be so fascinating to do this. Is that a glitch in the PFD or the MFD? I mean the MFD. I don't know. In either case, we are chugging along happily. Top of descent coming up in about 200 nautical miles, which is the same as about 50 nautical miles in real time. So it's gonna take a while. It's not too far away though, so we gotta keep an eye on that. Let's use this opportunity to take a look at our lovely aircraft. Look at it. Strobing along here. Isn't the frequency of the strobing a little intense there? Oh, that's because we are going at into 4 speed. My bad. The actual strobe is just this, the right frequency. I was like, why is it strobing so hard? But this is the correct frequency of the strobe lights. Yeah, that seems much more normal. But since we're going at into 4 simulator speed, this is what it looks like. Looks like a party. Oh, would you look at that? That is the Milky Way. I believe we're a part of the Milky Way right there. Very clear skies, very beautiful sky. Wow, very nice. I don't know how accurate the skies in MSFS are, but it seems pretty accurate. Look at that. That looks pretty accurate. Very nice. Right. Why are the camera views so messed up? Let's go to drone view. Enjoy this last bit of cinematic view before we begin our descent. As a matter of fact, it's not too far away from here. It's not too far away at all. Beautiful. Oh look, there's another aircraft right near us. Would you look at that? Hello there. Who are you? Okay. You realize Kai Tak was hard enough in daytime? Yeah, I know. I mean, look, Kai Tak was hard enough when we had the correct procedure programmed into the FMC. I don't even have the right procedure programmed into the FMC today. The procedure that I have programmed into the FMC, the route that I have programmed in, is for landing in from the opposite direction. So it's going to be, I have to do this manually today, so it's going to be very interesting. But you know what, it's a good challenge. It's something different from what I usually do. So manual landing into Kai Tak is going to be fascinating. I need to have superb control of this aircraft. Luckily, this A330 is pretty controllable, if I'm being honest, as far as I remember. Remember, I haven't flown this thing in over 3 months now, minimum. As far as I remember, it's pretty controllable. Especially when compared to the A340, it has far more maneuverability. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that works to our advantage. Let's see. Okay. I think it's time for us to jump back into the cockpit and see what's going on. Yep, top of descent is coming up in about 60 nautical miles, right? No, 80 nautical miles. Which is going to be the equivalent of about 20 nautical miles at this rate of speed. Rate of speed, that's incorrect, by the way. At the rate of speed is acceleration. So at this speed, Yeah, so it's about 80 nautical miles away now. So 20 nautical miles timing, which isn't very much if you ask me. But when it reaches about 20 nautical miles, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to jump back into the cockpit here. Wasn't it like 80 like 5 minutes ago? Yeah, it was. It was. Oh my gosh. How are you still sleepy? Mr. Honest and Sleepiness. Come on, man. The one thing if I know about you is that you're sleepy. You're a sleepy man. It has nothing to do with the flight. Do you sleep after the flight? Or you haven't slept after the flight? Okay, let's head back inside because I'm pretty sure we need to get ourselves in line here. So 40 nautical mile coming up for turbo descent, and we need to put our destination data in here. There we go. It's already asking us to do that. Now to check destination data, it's gonna be rough because this performance data is gonna be inaccurate. Doesn't matter. Let's just see what happens. Okay, landing performance populated from last flight. Just go calculate it. There we go. 20 nautical miles coming up. Let me bring that back down to into 2 while we program this. Yeah. Let's come down here. Let's go to performance. Let's go to the next phase. QNH here is 29.92, which is standard. Sea level stuff. Temperature is 15 degrees outdoor. Magnitude and wind 0, 0. Okay, that is interesting. I think it's just because there's no information available for Kaitak. 200 for radio. And full here. Okay. Transition altitude is what? I don't know what the transition altitude is. I'm going to use 10,000. I'm going to use 10,000 as transition altitude. Okay, we're going to clear that. That's literally it. Final 1-3. And that's literally it. That's all I'm going to do. Okay. 80 nautical miles to top of descent. And how are we going to descend? I have no idea what to descend down to. Okay, let's descend all the way down to 1,000 feet. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. We're not going to be able to make this. This is crazy bad. We're not going to be able to look at this. 6 nautical miles, 80. We're not going to make this. This is impossible. This is impossible. Okay, it's going to be fascinating. Let's see how I can manually manage this. Let's see how I can manually manage this. Come on. It's going to be next to impossible. Oh, come on, Anas. Gassing me up right there. You're just beating my drum for no reason. Nothing is impossible, says he. Okay, let's put it down to 1,000 feet. Okay, top of descent is coming up. I'm going to reduce the range on that again. Top of descent is coming up. We're going to go down to 1,000 feet. This is going to be dangerous, risky, irresponsible flying. But it is what it is, you know. Let's see what we can do. UK, one of my favorite teachers. Are you saying you're one of my favorite teachers? I don't know. You know, one of my favorite teachers, what she used to say, what did she say? I'm curious. Okay, let's head down to 1,000 feet. Okay. Yeah, what did she used to say? That nothing is impossible. Is that what she said? Good Lord, this thing is not even descending because it's following the flight plan for... No. We can't do that. So we're going to have to do this manually here. I'm just going to descend. We're going to go down at 2,000 feet. Okay. We're going to go down at 2,000 feet. And yeah, let's go down at 2,000 feet, 2,100 feet, whatever it is. Let's head down here. What is our distance to destination? Descend, VDEV, bearing distance to nothing. Okay, VHH, you know what? VHH X13, I'm gonna put that in here. VHH X13, let's see what that does. Oh, good lord. Okay, CF13 will do. I think CF13 will do. Airport, oh god. VHHX. Bearing distance 100 nautical miles away from VHHX. That's fine. She said the spelling is I am possible. Oh my god, man. Get out of here with that corny stuff. Get out of here with that corny stuff. I am possible, huh? I am possible, right. Let's turn on our seatbelts for our passengers from now because it's going to be bumpy. Let's put our auto brake to low. Nope. We're going to put our auto brake to medium today because we're landing into Kaitak. We're going to leave our ground spoilers armed from right here. And yeah, this is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. But I'm using my head right now to descend. So it's like 99 nautical miles to our runway, to our airport in the first place. So let's see. We need auto brake high. You think so? I usually don't land with max auto brakes. Let's see. Let's see. You know what? Let's just do max auto brake. What the hell? Let's do it. Max auto brake. Coming down to 30,000 feet. Okay, you can see the far sunset there, and we can see some light there, pitch black sky with a bit of stars and far away settlement lights and, some suburbia. Okay, I think that's Hong Kong ahead of us. If I'm not mistaken completely, I think that's Hong Kong ahead of us. Hong Kong. Yeah, we're descending, ladies and gentlemen. If there was any doubt, we're descending. I don't want to use fast forward today for the descent because we have to be on top of the descent at all times. If I leave it on fast forward, the aircraft might get away from us since we're doing it manually. So I'm not gonna fast forward through our descent today. As a matter of fact, let me do a little something for you guys here. Yeah, let's put it like this. Let's put it into night mode, shall we? Since we're landing at night, let's put it at night mode. Yeah, what we see ahead of us, by the way, is Hong Kong. Like, the lights that we are seeing ahead of us is Hong Kong. Straight up Hong Kong. That's it. If we turn around, that's mainland China pretty much, and if we go straight ahead of us, that is Hong Kong right there. That is Hong Kong. Where our nose is pointed right now, that is just straight up Hong Kong. That's fascinating, isn't it? So let's see if we can make it. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. So the lights that you see on your left hand side is Hong Kong. Okay, 29,000 feet, pretty high for where we're supposed to be. It is pretty high. I think we need to go back and yep, we definitely do, and we need to increase the rate of descent, maybe down to 2,500. Let me have a look at our FMC here. 77 nautical miles away at 28,000 feet. That is too high for my liking, especially given the approach. So there is our display here. We're landing into runway 13, but look at the way how it looks. Let's have a look. Look at it. We're supposed to fly over it apparently, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn around like this. So this is a nice time for me to explain what my plan is. So we're supposed to land from the opposite direction. We're gonna turn around like this and come in this way. So when we reach somewhere here, we need to change to heading mode and manually turn our aircraft around this way and come in and land. Now, that is the plan. Okay? That is the plan. Turn around, come in like this. That needs to happen about 20 nautical miles away from the runway. We need to turn around like this and come in like this. About at least 30 will come in like that. That is the plan. So hope that makes sense. Hope that makes sense. That is how Hong Kong works based on my... I would wanna see something. What do you mean? What do you mean, Mr. Rannis? What do you mean by I would wanna see something? Tell me, what do you wanna see? Could you throw in little nav map? Absolutely, let's do little nav map. That's a good idea, as a matter of fact, Mr. Rannis. That is an excellent idea. With little nav map, you'll be able to see this much clearer. So let me throw in little nav map right here. Okay, there's a little nav map coming up for you. Okay, so this is where we took off from. This is how we have flown so far, and this is the current ridiculous flight plan we have. So here we are coming into Hong Kong, right? And the idea is we are supposed to land in this way, straight into the runway, nothing complicated. But what we're doing is we're going to go around here, the islands. We're going to go around the islands and we're going to come this way to Discovery Bay. Hopefully we're going to come through Discovery Bay, and then we're going to turn into Kowloon City from Discovery Bay, and that I believe should get us into the runway, which is right here, by the way. I need to get rid of this waypoint. Delete. There we go. That will give me a better visibility. So we're going to have to come around these islands, and we're going to have to go down to Discovery Bay. Then we're going to try and capture this. You see this? 111.90. Okay, this is for runway 13. As a matter of fact, let's tune this in, right? Yeah, we should tune this in. 111.90. Let's tune this in. Let's tune this in so we can capture it, and that will take us to the runway. Perfect. 111.90. Let's do that. And look at the ILS system. It doesn't even face the runway. It faces this way. So let's do that right away. 111.90. Let's put that in. We are not too far away from the airport here. We got to be careful. We still have some time. It's okay. 196 nautical miles. No, it's not. It's just about 60. That's plenty. Okay, 111.90. Let's tune that in. Nav radio. What? Oh, we have it tuned in. That's fantastic. What is the course for this thing? 89 magnetic. No, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is also one... What? The course we want for this is not... No. This is 89. Oh, the reason why course says 137 is because the runway is facing 137. You know what? I'm going to leave it like this. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this. I think we're good. Yep, 111.90. It's good. So as long as we capture this glide slope, which should begin about 3,000 feet above... Right, glide slope 3.1, localizer heading 89. 50 nautical miles away from this, by the way, 312. Oh. Let me do course 89 here. 89. Okay. So we can get the bearing from the aircraft. It's 311 at 48 nautical miles. So we still have some time, but what's our altitude here? 16,000 feet. We're too high. We are too high, ladies and gentlemen, and we need to deploy our speed brakes as well. to help us slow down here. And let me go down by 3000, which is quite heavy. But let's go down. We need to go down. Fully deployed speed brakes. We need to go down. Okay, let's reduce the range on that. Let's increase the range on that. So we can see the airport right there. And yeah. Okay, we are closing in. I think we'll flatten out at about 3,000 feet. Let's do 2,000. Let's do 2,000. We need some clearance, right? Let's do 2,000 feet. Let's do 2,000 feet. That seems like a plan. All right, let's take a quick look outside. I'm going to put away a little nav map for you guys. Let's take a quick look outside. There we go. There's Hong Kong ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. There is Hong Kong pretty much ahead of us. This is going to be interesting, man. This is going to be interesting. Wow. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. A lovely aircraft with our wing lights on, flying in. Logo lights should turn on below 10,000 feet, by the way, hopefully. Or at least when we put on the landing light, it should. There we go. We are flying directly towards Hong Kong. That was lovely. This is lovely. Okay. Let me see. When we turn on landing lights. No, we don't need the landing lights yet. Okay. Okay, we are now 30 nautical miles away from the airport. 30 nautical miles away from the airport. We're at 9,000 feet, which is fine. Let's go ahead and turn our aircraft manually to the heading that we needed to. 300. So let's go towards 300. Actually, let's put that at 307. Yeah, let's put that at 307. Let's put our transition altitude as reached. Let's put our local pressure at 1014 in Hong Kong, at least for Kai Tak. So this is how we're going right now. All right, we are going off to the side. As I explained, we're going off to the side, and hopefully that will help us catch the glide slope for runway 13. Speed limit exceeded. We've got everything open at the moment. Okay, you know what? We don't need to descend like this. We no longer need to descend so steep. We really don't. Yeah, we really don't. So we can go down at 1,000. We can put this back and leave it at armed. Okay, there we go. That's much better. So there's Hong Kong. We can see it. We've got a clear day beneath the clouds, at least. Look at that. There is Hong Kong. There is the runway at Hong Kong International Airport. There's only one. I mean, Kai Tak Airport, not Hong Kong International. At Kai Tak. There we go. We can see the runway. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Mr. Runners, are you ready for probably one of the most exciting approaches and landing we've done so far? With airliners, of course. Okay, we're below 10,000 feet. Our landing light should be on. We'll leave the runway turn-off lights on. Our logo lights are still not on. I don't know why it isn't, but it's not for some reason. Okay, we'll do the aircraft do its thing. Perhaps once we drop the gear, I don't know. We're at 4,000 feet. We're rather low. I want to stop at 3,000. I want to stop at 3,000 feet. I don't want to go any lower. we could run into trouble if we do. Yeah, we're a little too soon to do this. You know what? Let me just flatten out our descent there because I don't want to clip into any of the mountains or terrain that's in front of us. Can we get some terrain? I don't think terrain works, does it? Yeah, I don't think terrain works. I think I need SimBridge to be functioning for terrain to be working, and that just does not work here. Weather, where is the weather radar? Here is the weather radar, right? Where's the weather radar? Where's the weather radar on this thing? Oh, it's here. It's here. Is the weather radar working? I don't know. Okay. Yep, we're flying right besides where we should. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. There is Kaitak, and some of the buildings and stuff are over here. Good thing we arrested our descent, because otherwise we might have plowed into any one of this. But yeah, there it is. This is not going to be an easy one. I have to warn you, this is not going to be easy. Let me come out a little bit more here. We need to come out a little bit more. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna go down to 300. Let's just head directly towards this area here. That, I believe, in the distance is Hong Kong International Airport. Yeah, in the distance over there is Hong Kong International Airport. Thank you very much, Mr. Runners. Let's see how this goes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fly. If we take a look at little nav map, I'm going to fly parallel to this ILS. Oh, sorry about that. And I'm going to come in like this just to be safer. So let me just get that heading a little bit more off to the left here. So we come in a little bit more perpendicular, sort of. There we go, that's much better. Okay, like this is much better. Okay, we can put that, flatten that out. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that should be enough, but given the dangerous nature of the approach, I don't want to take any risks. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Right ahead of there is the actual current Hong Kong International Airport. Right there. That's the actual airport. Hong Kong International Airport. We'll pass by very close on our way, as you can tell from little nav map. Okay, I'm gonna hide little nav map for us. We also need to configure for landing, don't forget that. Okay, our speed needs to go down. Let me put it down all the way to 180 straight up. We need to slow down. We need to slow down. I completely forgot about that because our FMC speed is not going to work. Let's go to full, slow it down as quickly as possible. Let's bring our flaps down as quickly as possible as well. Okay, let's do that. Landing speed today, what is it going to be? If we look at our performance, landing speed today is 132 approach, 137. I'm going to go 135 for peace of mind here. Let's go down there. Okay. Good. We need to turn around. We need to turn hard to the right. Okay. So let's do that right there. Flaps down. Flaps 3. And we're going to bring that back up. Do that. There we go. We need to bring our speed down to 137. 135. I'm going to leave it at 135 here. There we go. Flaps full. Flaps full. Flaps full in advance. Good. Yeah, the new nav bar is that's my nighttime nav bar. What do you think? That is my new nighttime nav bar. During the day, I'll switch to the other one most of the time, but this is the nighttime nav bar that I'm using at the moment. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Okay, I won't have time to mess around with our. I won't have time to mess around with our sky dolly, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on in advance right now because I need full attention to make this happen. Well, thank you very much, Mr. S. Glad you're enjoying it. Let me bring this back up to 137. And let's head down now. Let's head down straight towards that altitude, which is 3,000. As a matter of fact, and I also need to turn the aircraft slowly off to this side. Okay, this is going to be interesting. I don't think we can actually catch it. Let me put localizer on though. Okay, I'm going to leave localizer on. Let's see if we capture the localizer. There's glide slope. Okay, let me go 2,500. We go 2,500. This is rough. This is not easy, man. This was a bad idea. But it's too late. It's too late to complain. This was a bad idea. There's the runway right there. There's a localizer being caught. No, it's not. Oh gosh, okay. We don't have a localizer with us.
2,500.
We don't have a localizer. Come on. Oh, localizer has been caught, thank God. Approach. It seems we also have glide slope available. I think it's working, right? 2,500. We need to go ahead and drop that gear, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Dropping landing gear. Okay, boom. Landing gear is down. There we go. So is our logo light. Everything is looking good. We're coming into land. There is the runway right there. I can see it. Localizer has been caught successfully. And I hope glide slope works, because if it does, then we are set. Okay. Glide slope, yes! Alright. Alrighty. Hope you guys are ready, because this is a rough one. It's not cheating. How is it cheating? It's not cheating at all. Well, you know that it's not going to take us to the base of the runway either way, right? Well. No, the fully manual was the change of plans, because I had messed up the FMC. But now that we have the ILS available to us, I'm taking it. But yeah, it doesn't take us to the base of the runway because it's curved. This glide slope is just going to go straight in. It's up to us to follow the landing lights and turn ourselves into the runway. That's how this glide slope works. That is what makes this thing so dangerous. Right, so right now the direction we're going in, we're going straight into a couple of buildings. The runway is right here. I hope you understand that. You see that? That is the runway we're landing at, and the glide slope is straight in like this. We need to turn ourselves in. You can see the lights here guiding us to the runway, and it goes like this. So let's see if we can make this happen, shall we? All right. Let's take a quick look this way. Hong Kong, ladies and gentlemen. Hong Kong on either side. Beautiful, look at that. Okay, I can see the lights ahead. I'm getting ready to take manual control. 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet. Okay, I have visual of the lights. $800. Okay, my aircraft. I'm going for it. What? AP disconnect, please.
500.
Okay.
400.
There we go.
Pull up.
2 minimum.
Oh god. Come on, come on.
2 minimum.
Okay.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
All right. Welcome to Kai Tak, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's put that off. We did not need max. All right. Welcome to Kai Tak. That was stressful, to say the least, but we can turn off our aircraft right here if we want to. So let's just do that. Okay. Okay, here we are. I don't really have good visuals at the moment. Let's put our flaps up all the way. Good. Let's put this down there. Good. Runway turn off light off. That off. You know what? I'm going to leave that off because I can't really. Okay, there we go. That's better. Beacon lights on. Strobe lights to automatic. And welcome to Kai Tak. Okay. Welcome to Kowloon City. There we go. We're not supposed to take this turn off, by the way. It's too tight, but yeah, it was too tight. But nonetheless, welcome to. Yeah, this was way too early of a turn off, but it's okay. Should have ran off to the end of the runway before we took this turn off. Yeah, it's fine. Not a big deal. All right. Anna says, ironically, that was one of my best landings. How is it? Or was it? It seems that way, though. Where are the cargo terminals here at Kai Tak? This is going to be interesting. These are gate, heavy gates. There's a GA. There's a GA. GA. Where are the cargo terminal? Where are the cargo stuff? I don't know where the cargo stuff is. Come on. Yeah, we'll go park it anyway we find. I don't really care. We managed to make the landing and that's all that matters. That is all that matters, okay? Great. Let's put that back. Let's turn that off on both sides. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, so ideally this is when we would start our APU and stuff, but because of Sky Dolly, I'm not going to do that. Just mentioning that in case you're wondering. Excellent. Let us actually go. I can't believe that pilots actually did this in real life. Because the amount of crazy control inputs I had to do. to make this happen is not a joke. I can't believe they did this regularly in real life. That is madness. Imagine living in one of these buildings. Good Lord, I wouldn't be able to have peace. That's crazy. It's crazy. You miss it by a little bit and that's goodbye. That's it. That's crazy. Okay, let's taxi and park around here as soon as possible so we can check out our landing replay, but I like that. This was totally worth it. It was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Hope you enjoyed that as well, Mr. Anas. I hope you enjoyed that as well because this was fun. Okay, let's turn this thing around here. You won't see any more traffic at Kai Tak International Airport because, Kai Tak is no longer operational, I believe. So you're not going to see any traffic being injected here. Which is sad. They should probably open it up for something else. I don't know. What is Kai Tak used for at the moment? Excellent, Mr. Ennis. Okay, let's turn around here. And should we turn around here or somewhere ahead? You know what, we'll go ahead. I love that Kai Tak is also handcrafted by default in MSFS, otherwise we wouldn't be able to enjoy this beautiful scenery here. This lovely, lovely, legendary airport that I keep flying to, even though it's out of commission. There's nothing else like it. The only approach that comes close to being as bad as Kai Tak, in my opinion, is Tonkontin International. And even Tonkontin does not come close to this. So we can park this thing right in front of any of these. So we'll just take a parking right in front. How about Lukla? No, I mean for major airlines. I mean major airports. I mean, in terms of small airports, there are lots of very, very difficult small airports. But I mean like... okay. Where are the parkings? I don't see any marking leading us to the park. Ah, there it is. I mean major airports. I don't mean regional and small airstrips. We'll park it right here. All right. There we go. So nothing else comes close to Kai Tak, as far as I know. In terms of commercial airports, nothing comes close to Kai Tak and how difficult it is. It's also much more entertaining to fly into, if I'm being honest. It's so much fun. Okay, so one of the problems we have is since we don't have a marshal, our parking is a little crooked, but I hope you can forgive me for that. We don't have a marshal available to us, so let's just do this here, try and get it as in line as possible. Okay, and then we will park it this way, and then we'll turn it back in like this. There we go. There we go, that's much better. Okay. Parking brake on, awfully close to that building there, but that's okay. That parking is bogus. That is way too close. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replays now. Let's see how that went. Sky dolly. Okay, sky dolly is working. Brilliant. Go back, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. Oh, Sky Dolly has turned on the strobe light, by the way. We did turn it off, but Sky Dolly turned it on. That's okay. Not a big deal. Let me actually get the camera set up for our... yeah, we'll do that in a bit. Let's just go back. experience that beautiful landing first of all. Okay. Okay. We'll start from here for this particular landing. A little bit of stutter there in the landing replay. Hopefully that's not too bad. Right? Let's clean that up. Let's have a look. Alrighty, not too bad at all. Okay, not too bad at all. Let's have another look at that from these views right here. That was pretty good, wasn't it? It was pretty good. We'll start off like this. We'll see how that landing goes, eh? Perfect. All right, let's play. Alright, that was not too bad at all. Let's take a look at it from this point of view. Ignore all the warnings. Irrelevant. Okay, we'll start from here. Alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let's have one more landing replay, I guess. Have one more of those, and then I think we'll call it. Yeah, we'll start from somewhere here, right? Yeah, we'll start it from somewhere here. Okie dokie. I believe that's the end of the landing replays. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let's go all the way to where we left off our aircraft, and let's see if we can shut this thing down. Alright. That was fun. That is probably one of the better streams I've done. That was definitely fun. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get our APU started up. APU bleed on. APU on, please. Let's get our strobe lights off. Let's get our that off. That is off. That should be off. Good. Let's turn these off here. That is good. Crew oxygen supply can come off. Actually turn this off as well. There we go. Alright, waiting for APU pretty much. Where is our APU? APU is coming to life. Let's just wait for that. We can cheat a little bit and toggle the GPU right there, so we've got external power available and we can cut our engines. There we go. GSX, come on, let's request deboarding. Hong Kong Air, there we go. Let's begin that process there. Our APU should be available any second to us. Not that it matters much, to be honest. Okay, flaps are up, check. This is done, check. TCAS can come to standby, that can go to standby, check. PWS system to off, check. That is off, check. And this is also off, check. Anything else we need to do here? Those floodlights are not working. Interesting. FD can come off. FD can come off. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. That is pretty much it. We can leave. Oh, wait, hold on. We can turn off our fuel pumps there. There we go. If we want to, we can turn off the APU bleed as well. I mean, why do we have the APU running? We got external power. Now, ideally, we'll turn off the external power and the batteries, but we're not going to do that today. We're just going to leave it like this. Disarm the emergency lights. All of these better be off, and they are. This one can be left a little bit, right? Dome light a little bit. We'll leave it like this. Beacon lights need to be off. Wing lights can come off. Nav lights can remain. They can remain on. What the hell? Okay. So there we go. We're going to leave it like this. Does that sound good? Yes, it does. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff today. All right. Absolutely lovely stuff. Got deboarding happening as it should. Excellent. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's lovely flight from Manila, Philippines to Hong Kong Kai Tak. Obviously we messed up in the beginning, did not execute that takeoff very well because of a little bit of a confusion with the flight plan. We weren't able to program in a nice flight plan into runway 13 either, but in the end we were able to get a very nice landing and a very, very fun, enjoyable flight into Hong Kong Kai Tak, which is at the end of the day what matters, right? So yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna make sure that this isn't too bad. No, it's not too bad. It's not too stuttery. No, I mean it's kind of stuttery, but it's nothing too bad, right? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Mr. Anis. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who tuned in, whether you came into the chat or not. Thank you very much. Much appreciated, really. And yeah, I really hope to catch you guys in the next one. And the next one, I'm not sure which one it is going to be. I haven't picked out an aircraft yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But otherwise, that was fun. It was great. It was really, really enjoyable. So yeah. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it here for now. Once again, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for the reactions as well. And I shall catch you guys in the next stream. Till then, take care. Like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my other content. Working on a video as we speak. I need some help with that. To be honest, I'm gonna get some help with that. But apart from that, looking good. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.